One. Mir Ali, welcome to the Data Strategy Show, Data Leaders Unplugged. 66 questions. How are you doing today, Mir?
I'm doing great. Looking forward to having that chat and ready for it.
Perfect. Well, I know you've had a busy week. It's been a long week of traveling and attending conferences from one part of the world to another. So let's go straight into it then. What's your wake-up ritual?
Let's start off with prayer. Yeah,
Perfect.
that's how it gets started.
Awesome. What would you say is your biggest strength?
My beliefs and values.
What's the biggest learning experience you've had?
When I thought that I'm indispensable and I got dispensed.
Yeah. Okay, that is a brilliant learning experience. I think something that everybody should really also touch in, and touch into in terms of who they are. But yeah, that's profound, actually. Are there any? Sorry,
I was a wake-up call for me.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Are there any hobbies that you will never give up?
Cricket.
Cricket. What are you, a batter or a bowler?
Bowler.
Bowler. And best stats on bowling?
5-wicket haul.
Oh, wow. And for how many runs?
Close to 30 something.
Okay, that's not bad. And fast or spin?
Fast.
Fast. Okay. What makes you angry?
What makes me angry? My laziness.
Okay. Do you have a first memory of life?
No, I don't. Not coming to my mind.
No? Okay. What are you most excited about these days?
Work and family, actually. Work-wise, we're on an exciting journey and doing some really cool stuff. Family, because my kids are growing and college, going into college, their career.
Wow.
So they're growing.
Yeah. It's an important time for them.
Yes.
And an important time for you in your career, obviously. Yeah. So they both collide. What's the best compliment you've ever received?
I can always count on you.
Nice. What's a cause? Be dependable. What's a cause that is important to you?
I would say serving others, regardless, whether it's professional, personal, anything. Just be there to serve.
Yeah, that is brilliant. What makes you smile the most?
What makes me smile the most?
And by the way, everybody smiles when I ask that question.
What makes me smile the most? Good one. Leadership lessons that I've learned that I thought of that was important, and it was back of my mind, and somebody says to me, I was like, oh my God, I knew about it. Kind of things that you are aware of it.
Yeah.
You haven't put in practice.
Right.
And so I smile at it because rather than I get upset. So at least I thought about it.
Yeah. But you smile because I really should have actually put that into action. Yeah. Do you have a secret talent?
Do I have a secret talent?
Something that you've never told anybody?
I think it's, my wife wouldn't agree, but I think it's cooking.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. What's a dish? What's your favorite dish that you like to make?
So I used to make Indian dish. This is called korma, right?
Oh,
so
yes.
it's more of a curry.
Yeah.
So I was known for it back in college. And said, Mir, can you make that?
Yeah.
So,
and now you're saying that your wife doesn't think that your cooking is that good, or it's the benchmark against her cooking, is it?
It's not a benchmark. She just doesn't think I have the talent for that.
Well, we'll keep with that as your secret talent. If you weren't doing what you do, what you're doing right now, what would you be doing?
Playing cricket all day, all night.
That is awesome. What are the three things you can't live without?
I can't live without uh, family,
Hmm.
out, and some casual reading.
What was the second one?
Uh, Workout.
Oh, workout. I didn't quite hear it. Okay. If you were to be a fictional character, what kind of fictional character would you be? Would you want to be?
Fictional character. I don't read a lot of fictional now, so
Ah,
but I would say if I would be a superhero, I would
mm-hmm.
be Superman.
Superman. Awesome. Now, and again, what's the last show that you binge watched? Is there anything that you thought, oh yeah, that was very cool, and you sat down and watched the whole thing all the way through?
Oh my God. I did. I feel really guilty about it. Uh, but but it was a Turkish uh, serial. Uh,
Yeah.
it was, it's very famous. It's called Ertugrul.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a Turkish serial, but anyways,
And
I
what's it
wanted to touch
about?
it. So it's about the Ottoman Empire, right? So it's
Ah,
the beginning of the
okay.
Ottoman Empire.
Uh-huh.
Uh, it's an amazing show. I have heard so much about it, and I saw one. I got addicted,
You
and
got hooked.
I watched 3 seasons in less than 2 months or less.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So you really did go for it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
That was
Your
my
family
second
didn't
show.
see you in that time, did they?
No, they did. They thought I was crazy.
What's the most adventurous thing you've done in your life?
I would say I did sort of a mini bungee jumping, which I've never
Uh-huh.
tried. So when I went to Cabos last year in summer, uh, my wife said we're gonna go. What do you call that? Forgot. We're gonna do bungee jumping. I was
Yeah.
like, sure.
Yeah.
And then I got there
And
and
you
I
said
just
no.
jumped.
Yeah.
I jumped.
So what's a mini bungee jump as opposed to a normal bungee jump?
Yeah. So the mini, I guess the mini for me was like wasn't that deep. I mean,
Oh,
it
it
was
wasn't.
still
Okay.
it was 3,000 feet or
Oh,
so. Still deep.
that's still pretty high.
Yeah, yeah. So but it was bungee jumping, usually you're tied to your feet,
Yes.
you just flip,
Yeah.
but this one is more of a harness around your back.
Oh, right.
So that's why
Ah,
you have the
okay.
experience of it, but not truly, because I thought my legs will come off if I
Yeah.
do bungee.
Okay. Well, that is adventurous. How would you define yourself in 3 words?
Um, Change agent.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe two.
That's 2 words.
Yeah. Uh,
But that's fine. That's
yeah.
okay. That's
Yeah.
cool. What's the biggest surprise you had this year?
Wow. Biggest surprise I had this year. So many. I think my daughter making a shift from being, you know, from a law school. I want to
Mm-hmm.
do law to say I want to do computer science.
Oh, cool. How much did you pay her to do that? So she
Not
can follow in dad's footsteps.
zero. That was a big surprise for
Oh,
me.
wow. Wow. That is a big jump. That's
Yeah.
completely two separate worlds. It's quite
Yes.
unbelievable. Wow. Is there anything that is currently inspiring you in the data or digital world right now?
Um, yeah, data and digital. So I was at Gartner, so the potential of metaverse and how
Mm-hmm.
that's coming to play.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's early, but I do believe there is a big value for that, especially when you look at a company like CPGs,
Yeah.
this is the ability to create your own space and then other use cases where they're calling innerverse, which is more internal facing, right? Onboarding trainings and
Okay.
yeah, so
For within your company.
within
Yeah,
my
yeah.
so
Yeah.
there's customer facing, there's
And
others.
then internal
I think
facing, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Mm.
and it takes a lot of emerging text to make that happen, but I
Mm.
think that's like really exciting. So,
Awesome. Mm. First one who's talked about the metaverse. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
I was thinking about it. Actually, I did that on the survey yesterday for our leadership summit. Um, he says the advice were more of an analogy, right? You don't drive looking at your rearview mirror.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the context was my mentor gave me as like mirror things that happened in the past. Use this in learning. Keep an eye on it,
Yeah.
but always look forward.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So it was one of the downtime that I had, and I spoke about it, and that's and it's still in my mind fresh.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah.
I like that. Do you have a pet peeve? Something that really annoys you when someone does it?
Uh, I do. So it's like especially at home, it's like I like things to be organized and not around. So when
Uh-huh.
I see things not organized and in a place, and I was like, put that away.
Are
Yeah.
you a bit OCD?
A little bit on that level. Yeah, but it comes to work too. It's like I like my work, like I want to be able to go to a place and find what I need
Right.
rather.
I see, quickly and efficiently. Yeah.
Yeah, people say the search is great. I was like, dude, search is great, but it takes a while. If I know the pattern, it's much easier. But anyways,
Yeah. Do you remember the moment your career completely changed?
yeah, it was back in early 2008, 2009, and I was a tech lead focused on
Hmm.
engineering and just enjoyed development and doing what I do. But somebody came and told me, it's like basically told me I'm not good at what I do in this, but I'm really good in that. And yeah, I should just
Oh,
so meaning you do engineering, you do good, but you're great here.
okay. And what was that
So
great thing that they said?
you said move to management, leadership.
Ah, okay. Leadership. Right.
And
Right.
so I moved. So I thought about it,
Yeah.
all and then I did the pivot of moving more into the management route.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good move.
I'm rewarding. I love it.
Never look back.
No regrets.
Awesome. What makes you feel accomplished?
On a day-to-day basis, what I have set for myself on my objectives, I check them off
Okay.
and make somebody smile.
That's good. What three words describe living in the US?
Oh man,
Uh,
it's a tough one, right? It's
yeah, it's a tough one. Yeah.
yeah, it's in the US, I mean, it's opportunity.
Hmm.
Uh, oh, it's a big playing field, right? So the opportunities are there. Uh, the scale is
Hmm.
there.
Hmm.
Uh, and the support is there.
Yeah, I like that. Opportunity, skills, and support. Cool. Optimist or pessimist?
Optimist, always.
Good. What's heavily played on your music playlist right now?
I music is something that I was never into it.
Hmm.
So zero playlist,
Oh, really?
zero.
Yeah, zero. Wow, that's
So I
amazing.
mean, I know a little about it because kids, friends, somebody listened to it, but other than that,
Yeah,
no.
you're actually the second person who said that on the show, that they don't really listen to music. They think it's a waste of time.
I wouldn't say wasting time, but it just, no.
Ah, horses for courses, right? As they say.
Yeah.
What are the three things at the top of your bucket list?
Top thing of my bucket list. Professionally, building my leadership team out
Mm-hmm.
and building a world-class
Mm-hmm.
organization an engineering organization to uh, with my kids, making sure from their career perspective, they're all looking in the right direction
Mm-hmm.
and good
Mm-hmm.
choices. And personally, just making sure that I am fit and
Mm-hmm.
keeping in shape and
Yep.
not a liability on a cricket field.
You can move quick when you need to. That's the main thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have a guilty pleasure?
Yeah, that's binge watching. Yeah. It's like that sometimes I just spend too much time, you know, so I do
When you
that.
should extract yourself and do something else.
Yeah,
Well,
yes.
what book did you most recently finish?
Uh, that's a good question. I generally don't finish end-to-end cover book, and
Uh-huh.
I don't believe in that
Okay,
because
what
I
book are you
want to be
currently reading then that you're not
so
going to finish?
that I'm gonna finish to what I need
Yes,
to finish
exactly.
on. I just got this book yesterday from two books from Gartner.
Uh-huh.
What was on digital body language by Erica.
Digital body language.
Yeah, it's a really
Okay.
good book, and
Okay.
Erica Tawan. So she talks about what do you call critical empathy. Uh,
Okay, yes,
uh,
yes.
yeah, it's a really good book, and then so I definitely want to make sure because with the new world, that's key.
Yep.
And the second one I got yesterday that I want to sort of look into is it's called illogical. It's
Illogical. Mm.
yeah. The concept really is something that's intriguing to me
Mm-hmm.
to deep dive into it.
Mm. Mm. Interesting. Well, I've written those down, so I'm gonna look into those books. If you could go back in time, what would you tell your 16-year-old self?
16-year-old self, make right investment choices.
Ah, yes, yes.
Right.
That's
Make right
very good.
investment choices.
Yeah.
Uh, Make sure you have a good mentor in life.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
the third one would be mentor in life. I thought about the third one is read.
Okay. Yep.
Lots of reading.
Yep.
I
Yep.
was,
You didn't
thinking,
read that time. Yeah, you just
yeah, I
wanted to
was
play
just having
cricket, right?
fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just fun. But reading
Yeah.
is it's
It
a
is up
huge
there.
part of your growth.
You're right. You're right. If you could switch lives with one person for a day, who would it be?
Maybe I can help UK here and be the prime minister for a day. Sorry. Um,
Well, it depends how long you'll last. That's the thing.
sorry, that's a mean one.
No,
Um,
no, no, not at all.
Debating, but be uh, a leader for a country.
Okay, nice. Yeah, just to see what it looks like. Very
Yeah,
cool. Yep. What's the one thing you've always wanted to try?
one thing I wanted to try and I did not try.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, nah, skip that question.
Okay. If you had to change something in the world right now, what would it be?
That's an interesting one. So hunger
Mm-hmm.
and how
Mm-hmm.
we can come around and how we can make that possible. And
Yeah.
I think it's possible to do
Mm-hmm.
it,
Mm-hmm.
to really help. I mean, it just
Yeah. In this day and age, there shouldn't be anything like that, should there? Yeah. No one. No one should go without a meal,
you know,
you know. Yep. No one should go hungry. You're right. If you could resurrect one person from history and put them in the world today, who would it be?
wow, that's a good one. I mean, obviously, I want to be careful how I answer, but obviously, I would love to have our prophet be back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I want to be careful on that one
Of
because
course. Of
yeah,
course.
but if it was just a general person, I would yeah, I'll stick with that.
Okay. Okay. What's the one thing you wish you knew at the age of 19?
Uh, Pandemic. Things like pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
how life can
Mm-hmm.
change.
Yes. Yeah.
So, things, that we plan better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you were not living in the US, where would you be living?
Where would I be living? Uh, I would say India.
India? Yeah, awesome.
That's where, I was born. So
That's where you were born, so that's the place that, and you were just there, weren't you?
yeah,
Have a good trip?
it was fun.
Yeah, I
A lot
bet.
of memories. I visited after 16 years,
Oh, wow. And where did you go to?
Hyderabad.
Ah, okay. So you must have had so much good food. That's all I can say.
Yes. I have a long regimen in front of me to shut that
Oh,
weight off.
yep, that always happens. If you could offer one piece of advice to upcoming data or digital leaders, what would it be?
Uh, Focus on building the foundation and get the quality, data
Mm-hmm.
quality.
Mm-hmm. Brilliant. What's the one city you've always dreamed of traveling to?
I mean, I've traveled to, so it's the city in Saudi, Medina.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just
It's really spiritual.
very, very,
Yeah,
very deep.
yeah, yeah. What's the best lesson your parents ever taught you?
Actually, many, but one that always resonates with me is like um, they don't. They always said, spend with what you have.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be ever in a situation where you have to ask.
Yep. Yep.
So that was profound. Never
Yeah.
owe any to anybody.
Yep. Yep. It's a very, very good
And my
way to
dad
live.
has lived
Mm.
that life. Like I
Mm.
don't even know him that he owes anything to anybody
Yep.
on
Yep.
life.
Yep. You keep your integrity. Yep. So I know what your favorite food is because you said Indian, right? Or is
Wow,
or
very specific, right? So I said it's the Hyderabadi biryani. That's my
yeah.
no question asked.
Okay. Do you have a favorite podcast?
Favorite podcast? Yes, I do. So I do uh what I do listen to this podcast by man, I'm blanking on uh what's his name? Tech Innovation.
Okay. Tech
Uh,
innovation.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's a good one. That I it's by Peter High. That at least it's more from a tech perspective that
Mm-hmm.
brings in right leaders that talks about very inspiring and visionary work they're
Mm-hmm.
doing across the organization. So yeah, I think it's mostly CIOs, CDOs, and that. So I really
Yeah.
like it.
Okay. Who would you say is your biggest inspiration?
Um, Quite a few here. So, but mainly it's the principles that I've learned through the faith, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
which I believe are still the core to the leadership as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
That then I have my mentors,
Yeah.
both mentor from a career and spiritual perspective that
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and obviously my parents. So three.
Yeah. Wonderful. What can you see from your window right now?
Uh, a beautiful sunny day
Ah.
with the fall, with the
Oh
tree,
yeah.
with the leaves just turning yellow.
Ah, beautiful.
And yellow and
Beautiful.
brown. So it's just beautiful.
Wonderful. Wow, that's great. What's something you still have from your childhood?
Wow, that's interesting. Do have from my childhood still with me. Just my passion for cricket.
So do you have a trend in the data or digital world right now that you would like to see disappear? Is there something that irks you?
No, it's something that irks me. ETL.
Oh, or ELT?
Yeah, oh man, I was like to go beyond that.
Well, we talked about super. You wanted to be Superman earlier on, but out of Superman's powers, which superpower would you really like to have?
ability to get where I need to very quickly.
Okay.
You know,
So
you can turn that, you know, you can turn that one fist on and then go.
yes, and go. Yep.
Yep, love it.
Perfect. Perfect. What's something you don't want to be doing in 10 years?
Uh, yelling and screaming at the kid.
That's yep, that's a real one. That's definitely a real one.
No, I don't, in general, I don't do that, but yeah, that's
Well,
something that
look, we're all human beings. I mean, I don't want to do that, but I do.
yeah,
Looking back on your life, is there anything you would have done differently?
anything that I've done differently. Yes. Um, a would not have spent so much money on my wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Spent,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that we could be smart about it.
Yes.
To establish, those values, home values with my kids, right
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
uh, and third, it's like making sure the mentors are in your life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's a very important aspect of growth. What's the best thing that happened this year?
Actually, going to Hyderabad was the best
Yeah,
thing.
was the
I
best
haven't
thing.
seen family for over 15 years. We
Wow,
just
that's a long time.
all together, come
Yeah,
together. It's amazing. A lot of memories,
yeah, yeah.
just from the childhood.
Of course, of course. Wonderful, wonderful. Do you have a movie that makes you really, really laugh hard?
Not a big movie person either,
Nope.
uh,
Okay.
but but I do watch time to time. Uh, that's a Indian movie.
Uh-huh.
Uh, it's Three Idiots.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
Yeah,
That makes you laugh.
it's really funny.
Okay. Okay, maybe I'll watch it then. See if I can see if it can
Yeah,
make me laugh.
I watched that on airplane,
Okay.
and the
And did you
people
wake
around.
everybody up?
Yes, yes, yes. People thought I was crazy.
If you could teach one subject in school or college or university, what would it be?
Um, it will be on architecture,
Yeah.
system
Okay.
thinking,
Mm-hmm.
uh, design thinking, and then the other one would be on leadership,
Very good. What's a skill you're currently working on mastering?
influence, and along with it be an outcome-driven business leader.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What three words best describe your leadership style?
Oh man, 3 words. I would say there's many styles, but I am flexible, outcome-driven,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, flexible and outcome driven, right? So
Okay.
uh, because one size doesn't fit all.
Sure. Sure. If you're, in your work right now, what would you say are your current top three data or just general challenges that you're dealing with?
Quality,
Yeah, as you said earlier.
quality, um, availability,
Mm-hmm.
and quality, availability, and just overall governance.
Mm-hmm. 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 What is something that recently moved you?
Recently moved. So actually, I was 2 days ago in Gartner when I was
Mm-hmm.
listening to Mike Lebing,
Mm-hmm.
is a keynote speaker, and he talked about a few things which is would just completely move me in terms of what a power of one can do, right? So that person worked on one thing was to provide somebody uh, created something for a person who was, completely paralyzed, but
Mm-hmm.
used his eyes and his pupils to draw something.
Wow. Wow, that's
And he
incredible.
said, I said, well, I just did it for one person,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I could scale. That was
yeah.
just, there was many stories he told.
Incredible,
Yeah, his
incredible.
company's called, the project that he does called Not Impossible. But man, I was, I was in tears.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
amazing.
Yeah, that is incredible. What's the one thing you had to learn the hard way?
I would say cricket wise, I'll tell you. I never believed, wearing helmets,
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh, that's
Ooh,
bad.
that's
That is
bad. So,
bad. When you got hit on the head, that's not a good
exactly.
feeling, yeah?
Yeah, busted my nose.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that in wicket keeping, but I got the ball right there. It bounced very weirdly and hit me
Yeah.
right in the, and it was a
So
fast
that
one.
was, yeah. So that was
Mm.
something, a life lesson that says
Oh
like
yeah.
is always important,
Yeah.
and from that day to today, I always wear it. Who just
I bet you will. Yeah.
don't even think about it. Yeah,
Yeah. How do you handle pressure in your career?
it's a good one. I do my best. Not always I'm successful,
Mm-hmm.
but for the most part, I just look at what's the most important thing that needs to be done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Look at the priority, help it prioritize, get some focus time on it, um, and get through one at a time.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very sage advice. What's something you notice about someone when you first meet them?
The mannerism, how
Mm-hmm.
they interact, right? How they shake their hand, the eye contact,
Yeah.
and would they like to be a listener or like to just talk?
Okay. That's good. What's something you still like to learn?
Still like to learn. Uh, there's many things in the list, but if I were to prioritize it, um, I would say I'd like to learn more cooking. I think there's something to it, but that's something I truly want to.
uh,
It's on my list.
yeah.
But there's professionally, there's things that I do want to learn personally as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but that's something that's to me it's like
Something you
something.
really need to do.
Yeah,
And my
yeah.
final question, Mir, what would you like to be remembered for?
A person who can you can always count on
Mm-hmm.
to be there when you need it.
Fantastic. Mir Ali, thank you so much. You've been a pleasure to speak to, and thank you for coming on to the Data Strategy Show and 66 Leaders. Thank you. 66 questions. My goodness.
Uh, awesome.